feet. However you want to move is fine. Just start to feel into your body and just notice if there's any like aches or pains anywhere. And when you feel like you've moved around enough, we can come to mountain pose. So we're going to just take our feet about hip width apart. We can take a roll of the shoulders back and down the spine, keeping the back nice and tall. Just let the hands relax by the sides of your body. And we're going to take 3 deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. And as we breathe in, we're just going to bring the shoulders back up to the ears and hold for a moment. And then as you exhale, we're just going to really let them go with a sigh. So when you're ready, take a big breath in, bring those shoulders up and hold. And then exhale. We'll do that 2 more times when you're ready. And hold and release. Final time. And release. And when you're ready, you can start to slowly close your eyes. And if you can, breathe in and out through your nose. And whilst we'll keep the back nice and tall, we're just going to start to relax the shoulders down a little bit. And just take a moment to notice how your body's feeling tonight, how the feet feel as they anchor you into your mat, how the muscles and the joints of your legs are feeling, how your abdomen and spine is feeling, all the way through the shoulders, down the arms, into the hands, the neck and the jaw, and the head. And then slowly turn your attention to your mind and just notice how busy that is this evening. And start to let go of those thoughts one at a time with every exhalation. Trying to clear the mind a little bit. But don't worry if you can't clear the mind entirely. Just try not to focus on any one thing. And then turn your attention to your breath and just notice for a moment how the chest rises and falls with every inhalation and exhalation. And take a deeper breath if you need to. And we'll start tonight just with some simple equal breathing. So when you're ready, take a normal breath in and out, and then inhale. 4, 3, 2, 1, and out. 4, 3, 2, 1, and in. 4, 3, 2, 1, out. 4, 3, 2, 1, and in. 4, 3, 2, 1, and out. 4, 3, 2, 1, and in. 4, 3, 2, 1, and out. 4, 3, 2, 1. Return to normal breath when you're ready. And then take a big breath in. As you exhale, bring your chin to your chest, just feeling that stretch in the back of the neck. And when you're ready, you can gently blink your eyes and return to center. Just take a little movement if you need to. And as always, during the practice, just listen to your body, rest when you need to, take a drink when you need to. There shouldn't ever be any pain. So we'll stay in mountain pose, keeping the feet about hip width apart, standing nice and tall. And we're just going to begin, as we always do, just by stretching out the spine. So when you're ready, start to breathe in, start to raise the hands into prayer and just really stretch that spine to the sky, to the ceiling. And as you exhale, just bring those arms all the way back down. We'll do that 2 more times. Breathe in and stretch. And slowly exhale back. Last time. And exhale. And then just take a breath. I'm going to take a wider foot when you're ready. And we're going to start to bend the spine and wake up that side body. But as we move from one side to the other, we're only moving the upper body. So you don't want to pop those hips out. The legs and the hips are staying exactly where they are. And we're going to move with our breath tonight. So when you're ready, exhale everything out. And then inhale, raise up your right arm and just send it all the way over to the left. And then as you exhale, bring it back down. Inhale, raise up your left, send it all the way over. And exhale, back down. And keep that flow going, just in line with your breath. Don't worry about how quickly or slowly I'm moving. Don't move too deeply into the stretch. We're just starting to wake up the spine. We'll do one more on either side. Make sure you're nice and balanced. And relax whenever you're finished. And then we're going to come to the top of your mat and we're going to stand about hip width apart. Stand nice and tall. When you're ready, inhale, raise up the arms. Again, stretch that spine. And then as you exhale, we're going to bring the belly all the way down to the thighs. Nice bend of the knees and just come into that forward fold. Just release everything. Release your head, your neck, your shoulders. Just relax everything down. And then when you're ready, we're going to inhale into a halfway lift. So keep the back nice and straight. And then exhale back to your forward fold. We're going to bring the hands to the mat. And when you're ready, we're going to step the feet back into our downward dog. So keep your arms and legs nice and straight. Head is low, pointing at the knees. Normal breath here. You're welcome to pedal the feet if you want to. Just try and keep the pelvis nice and central so it's not moving from one side to the next. And then when you're ready, we're going to inhale, raise up the right leg. It might be a little, it might be just all the way up, whatever you want to do. Just hold for a moment and then take a bend of the knee and step that foot forward to the right hand. Lower down your left knee and then exhale in that low lunge. As you inhale, we're going to send the arms up and we're going to stretch to the ceiling, to the sky, stretch that spine, and then exhale back down. As you inhale, this time we'll raise up the right arm, twist to look up at the right hand. And then as you exhale, we're going to thread that arm underneath the left. Just look over to the left. Bring that hand back to your mat, tuck your left toes under, and with a big inhale, step back again to your down dog. Keep breathing, tease those heels down a little bit. Make sure that head is low. And then when you're ready, as we inhale, we're going to raise the right leg again, staying with the same leg. Again, a little, a lot, so it's up to you. Bend that knee and then step it forward again. But this time we're not lowering that left knee. We're going to go into a high lunge this time. So take your time, you can change your position if you want. It can be a bit wobbly. There's no rush at all. But when you're ready, we're going to start to reach up. When you feel nice and secure, we're going to straighten the spine. And then as you inhale, we're going to raise up the arms again and reach nice and tall. And then we're going to twizzle the body around towards the left. And you can step that left foot out at a right angle. And look at the fingers on your right hand. So we're coming into our warrior two. And as you exhale, just lean a little bit more into your warrior two. Keep breathing. As you inhale, drop your left arm down the thigh, raise up the right hand. Twist the palm towards you from the foot. Exhale that right elbow down to the thigh. Send the left arm up, either to the ceiling or overhead for a nice side body stretch. And then inhale back to warrior two. Then we're going to straighten the front leg. Take a big breath in. And exhale into triangle, Trikonasana. Look up at that left hand. Inhale back to shoulder height. Exhale the hands down. And take your time. We're going to step that left foot so it's facing the top of your mat again. And then when you're ready, we're going to send the hands back to the mat nice and slowly, no rush. And then we're going to step back to downward dog. Keep breathing. On your next inhalation, we're going to step or walk the feet to the hands. And we're going to keep the legs a little bit straighter this time. And exhale into that forward fold, head to the knees. Just let the shoulders go. Release. And then as you inhale, we're going to bring the arms out to the sides, all the way up into prayer overhead and stretch. And then exhale to your heart. Well done. And relax for a moment, take a breath. And then we're going to do the same flow on the other side. So again, top of your mat. Feet hip width apart, shoulders back, nice and tall. When you're ready, big breath in, stretch those arms up, really stretching the spine. And then as you exhale, bring that belly down to the thighs, a good bend of the knees, just let everything drop down into that ragdoll position. Great posture just to release anything that's on your mind this week, just let it go now with big deep breaths. And then as you inhale, we'll come to that halfway lift, look forward, back and straight. Exhale back to your forward fold, head to the knees. Bring your hands down to the mat. And then when you're ready, this time we'll step the left foot back first, then the right into our down dog. Head is low. You might be able to tease those heels down a little bit more now that the legs are a bit more warmed up, or you could step the hands forward, create a bit of space in the spine. And then when you're ready, we're going to inhale. We're going to raise the left leg this time. Hold for a moment, then bend that knee, step the foot up to the hands, drop down that right knee into your low lunge, breathe out. And then as you inhale, scoop those hands up, reach to the ceiling, stretch that spine. Exhale back down to the mat. As you inhale, we'll raise up the left hand and twist to look up. And then as you exhale, send that hand under the right arm, look over to the right. Bring the hand back down to the mat, tuck your right toes under. When you're ready, inhale, step the left foot back, downward dog. Chest points at the thighs, keep breathing. Then as you inhale, we'll raise up the left leg again. Bend the knee, step that foot forward. Again, this time we're not lowering the right foot, right knee. Bring that right foot down, get yourself into a nice secure position and take your time to lift up. Sometimes it's more wobbly on one side than the other, so just take your time to feel nice and secure. And when you do, have a nice straight spine. Inhale, lift up, stretch. And then as you exhale, we're going to turn the body to the right, bringing the arms down at shoulder height. We're going to step that right foot out at a right angle and look at the fingers on the left hand, warrior two. And on your next exhalation, just start to lean into that pose a little bit. Remember to breathe. As you inhale, drop your right hand down the thigh, send the left hand up, palm towards you, stretch. Exhale, the left elbow down to the thigh, send the right hand up behind you, either to reach up or to send it over for a side stretch. As you inhale, come back to warrior two. And then straighten the front leg, take a big breath in when you're ready. Exhaling into Trikonasana. On your next breath in, come to shoulder height. Lower the arms. We're going to gently step that foot back so it's facing the top of the mat again. And then when you're ready, gently bring the hands to the mat. Step that foot back, coming back into downward dog. Keep breathing. And then this time, we're going to gently lower the knees to the mat and we're going to come into our tabletop. So bring the hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips, tops of the feet are on the floor. And just for a moment, just take a little movement. It could be side to side, it could be front to back, it could be a circle of the hips. Just notice how your hips are feeling now. We've started to warm them up. And we'll move through our cat-cow. So when you're ready, we're going to inhale, we're going to drop the belly, we're going to raise the tail, we're going to lift up the ceiling. As you exhale, start to pull that belly button as you round the spine, bring the chin to the chest, look towards your navel. Inhale, when you're ready, come back through. As you exhale, pull that belly in. Push up with the hands. Keep the hands and shoulders active. And then, as always, just keep that going, following your breath. But try and keep the hands and legs active, not just the spine. And just notice how each vertebrae is feeling, if there's any tension anywhere, any stress. And we'll do one more full flow wherever you are. Don't rush to finish, it's fine. And whenever you have finished, we're going to bring the big toes together. We're going to send the knees nice and wide. We're going to sit the bottom back. We're going to stretch out the arms into that extended child's pose. We're going to bring the forehead to the floor. Close your eyes if you want to. Just giving that spine and shoulders a really good stretch. Opening those hips. We can do a little bit more on the shoulders here. So when you're ready, we're going to thread the left arm underneath the right, bringing the left shoulder and the left side of the face to the mat. The right hand can stay where it is, or you can send it around the spine and tuck the fingers into your left thigh. Completely up to you. Just remember to breathe. And then if you need to, bring the right hand back up the top of the mat. Slowly unthread the left, send that up the mat. Bring your forehead back down for a big, deep breath. And then slowly, when you're ready, we're going to thread the right arm underneath the left, right side of your face and shoulder to the mat. Again, if you want to, left hand can come around the body. And then turn the left hand to the mat. Slowly unthread the right. Breathe in. And then when you're ready, we're going to walk the hands into the body. Bring the knees more central. And just for a moment, we'll come back to tabletop. And then we're going to go down onto our mat to work that lower spine with some cobra. So you can start with mini cobra if you want to. I'm just going to go straight into the full cobra. If you're doing mini cobra, keep the feet together. If you're doing the full cobra or upward dog, keep the feet a little bit apart. And bring the hands, palms down into the shoulders. Exhale out. And then when you're ready, you can either inhale the chin and the chest, or you can straighten the arms if the tops of the thighs. And for more compression, you can drop the head back. So do whatever suits you and just hold to the space between the eyebrows. And then as you exhale, keep the elbows nice and close and gently lower down. Take some breath. We're going to do 2 more in a moment. So again, get your feet into position. Exhale. And then when you're ready, inhale to lift and hold. And exhale slowly down. Excellent. 1 more to go. Get your feet into position. Exhale, tuck the tummy in. When you're ready, inhale 1 last time. See if you can hold a moment longer, but it's fine to go down whenever you need to. And slowly exhale down. Rest your forehead for a breath. And then we're going to gently lift ourselves up. We're going to come back into child's pose. So bring the knees together, send the bottom back over the heels, bring the hands down by the feet, bring the forehead down. Important counter pose to that back bend. And very gently, when you're ready, you can come up into Vajrasana for a breath. And then we're going to come and sit on our bottoms and the legs out long. We're going to do a seated twist. We're going to do Ardha Matsyendrasana. So when you're ready, take your right foot over your right thigh, or if that's not available to you, it can sit on the inner thigh, completely up to you. And then bring your left hand palm down behind you, so you propped up a little bit taller. And then bring that right elbow into your right thigh. Take a big breath in. And then as you exhale, turn and look over your left shoulder and start to breathe into that twist, feeling the resistance of the elbow and the knee. And after a few moments, you might have some space to twist a bit deeper, but don't force anything. It's fine to stay where you are. And take a big breath in. We're going to exhale, come back through the center. We're going to go over to the right, bring your hands down, just lower the head a little. Just going to counter twist, come back to the center, release the legs, give everything a little movement. And then over to the other side. So when you're ready, pick up your right foot, place it over your right thigh. Bring your right hand behind you, left elbow into that left knee, sit nice and tall. Take a big breath in. And then as you exhale, turn and look over your right shoulder and just breathe into the twist. Again, just feeling the knee and the elbow resisting one another. See if there's any room to twist deeper, but don't force it. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, come back through the center, send both hands over to the left, lower the head. Gently start to release, give everything a little move. And then we're going to go down onto our back. So take your time and come all the way down. In fact, you can send your legs out long. We'll do some stretches for the legs. So when you're ready, with your hands by your sides, take a breath in and start to bend the right knee, lifting it up. And then take hold of your big toe or the inner arch of your right foot with your right hand. When you're ready to exhale, send that foot over to the right hand side, but just make sure your left shoulder stays down and the left buttock stays down. If either of those raise, you've gone too far, so you might just need to bring the foot back up. When you're in your maximum position, don't stretch the thigh, just keep breathing. Don't overstretch, I should say. And then when you're ready, we'll inhale, bring that foot back to the center, release the right hand. This time, reach over with the left to the outer edge of the same foot. And then as you exhale, bring it over to the left. This time, the right buttock will raise, but try and keep the right shoulder down. Again, if that lifts, come back up a little bit. And then breathe, feeling that stretch down the thigh and maybe the glutes. Inhale, bring that foot back up, release the left hand. Really push the foot up to the ceiling or the sky. And then as you exhale, really slowly bring that leg all the way back down to the mat. So just take a moment, just notice how that leg feels compares to the other. And then as always, we'll bring a little balance to the body. So we'll inhale, this time bend the left knee as you raise the left leg. And then take the left big toe or the inner arch of that foot with the left arm, left hand. As you exhale, send the foot to the left, again, keeping the right buttock, right shoulder down. And then breathe into that stretch. Inhale to bring the foot back up to the center, lower the left arm. Reach across with the right to the outer edge of the same foot. On the exhale, bring it over to the right hand side. Keep that left shoulder down and breathe. Inhale, return to the center when you're ready. Release the right hand, push the foot upwards. And as you exhale, nice and slowly, all the way back down to the mat. And then just take a breath. And we're going to bend the knees, bringing the soles of the feet to the floor. And we'll do our supine pigeon just to stretch those larger muscles a bit more. So when you're ready, we'll bring the right ankle over the left knee. And then reach around the left thigh with both of your hands, pulling that leg into the body until you find the stretch you want or need tonight. For a deeper stretch, pull it in closer. For a more gentle stretch, release it. And then just breathe. And then slowly, when you're ready, release the left foot, release the right, and then just take a breath. And then we'll pick up the left ankle when you're ready, bring it over the right knee. This time, take hold of that right thigh, same thing again. Find that stretch that you need and take some big, deep breaths. Release the right foot, release the left. Keep the knees together and the soles of the feet on the floor. Bring the arms out at shoulder height. Supta Vikrasana. When you're ready, take a big breath in. And then as you exhale, send the knees to the right, head to the left, and hold the breath. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, bring everything back to the center. Exhale, knees to the left, head to your right, and hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale back. And exhale over. Hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. And exhale. Hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale back. We'll do one more on either side. Exhale. Hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. And exhale. Hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. And then when you're ready, inhale to come back. You can bring your knees into your chest and give them a cuddle. And if you want to, as always, you're welcome to rock the massage your back against your mat. And then, as I said, we won't do a Shavasana tonight, but we will do some breath just to end. So you can either lay in Shavasana if you want to, or you're welcome to come into Sukhasana or any seated position that suits you. And if you're seated, sit nice and tall, just rest your hands lightly, close your eyes, and we'll finish as we started with some equal breath. So when you're ready, exhale, and then inhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. And in. 4, 3, 2, 1. Out. 4, 3, 2, 1. And in. 4, 3, 2, 1. Out. 4, 3, 2, 1. And in. 4, 3, 2, 1. Out. 4, 3, 2, 1. You can return to a normal breath. And then take a big breath in. As you exhale, bring your chin to your chest. And then if your eyes are closed, you can gently blink them open. And when you're ready, you can return. Namaste.
Thank you
for joining me. And I look forward to seeing you next week. See you all. Have a good week.
you.
You're welcome. Take care. Bye.